And he said something quite profound. He said, whenever I sit at my computer back in the States, I can change the world. And I was wondering, this man approaching age 70, he doesn't have an account on Facebook. He doesn't tweet, he doesn't watch YouTube videos. He's not LinkedIn. So me, I have access to these tools, to these possibilities, and he doesn't have access to them, yet he intuitively believes he can change the world. So one thing is clear, he has come to appreciate the strategic use of technology. Changing the world for him translates that he has access to all the information he needs whenever he goes to Google. And he's doing that through Google and through his Yahoo email address. Now, if we look at my dad in the era he still lives in, it could be regarded as Web 1.0. According to Darcy DiNucci, one would prophesy the coming of Web 2.0. Now, Web 2.0 is said, Web 1.0 is an embryo of the web that is to come. Social entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, you and I are privileged to be that generation that have seen the bodily manifestation of Web 2.0, where we have access to possibilities that knows no bound. Now, when we look at the topic, social entrepreneurs using social networks and the new media, so the first question is, what is social network? Social network is the ecosystem of human interaction. The theme of this great program says we are all one family under God. So we all exist in a social network. And when we look at the social media, or the new media, which is a component of Web 2.0, which is web applications that facilitates collaboration. Now, when all of these possibilities are happening, it gives us an implication, and that implication is leadership. I have used social media for an array of causes. I have used social media for youth empowerment, enterprise development, green advocacy. I recently started using in Nigeria social media for the World Bank and the UN, managing the Development Information Center project. But one thing is clear, around the world, people are desperate for leadership. And my colleague, the Nigerian, if you were in the session today, mentioned the problem of leadership that we have. So Peter Drucker calls it the indebtedness of leadership. We are all desperate for leadership. And I think the whole social media experience is wired around leadership. On Twitter, what you do, you follow me, I follow you. So there is this unwritten contract that you will have. Should you follow me, I would add value to you, and vice versa. Desperate for leadership. And quickly, I just want to look at a few leadership incredible visions that is leveraging social media to reach at least 1 million followers. There is a local church where I come from. It's called the Redeemed Christian Church of God. It envisions planting a church in every 5-minute walk, and in developed countries in every 10-minute drive. As we speak, every month this church gathers 1 million people in their service on a monthly basis. There is an amazing group I follow on YouTube. It's called Amir. Prides itself as the #1 most popular YouTube R&B group. Now, if you look at what they are churning out, they call it cover renditions of popular R&B artists like Gary and the rest of it, or Beyonce and the rest of it. Now, if you look at the followers, they are having over 1 million hits. The Lagos State, a state in Nigeria where I come from, has a population of 20 million energetic yet highly entrepreneurial people. The state has a vision of cause the project One Man, One Tree. Translates as, should every Lagosian plant a tree, we are going to have 1 million trees. And just like this great city of Nairobi is trying to foster itself among the green cities of the world, Lagos also can be green. And that's possible if every Lagosian, including women and children, that is 20 million followers. Now, even if you look at in the political circle, the same thing is happening. My president, Goodluck Jonathan, has a daily presence on Facebook. And he interacts with the people, bringing governance closer to the people. And all the states are beginning to do the same. Leadership. leadership. Now, so the $1 million question is this. And even if you look at this for mobilizing resources, a gentleman is doing something quite innovative. It's called crowdfunding. His name is Michael J. Trout. He's using LinkedIn to raise $100,000 US. But how is he doing this? It's not going to the microfinance institutions. It's not going to the commercial banks or the venture capitalists or the business angels. Where did he go? He went to his LinkedIn network. He's trying to leverage this from the 1 degree connection to the 3rd degree. If this one give, this will give. If this one give, this will give. And then he's able to enhance a total network of 11 million people to raise that. Now, if you look at all of this vision, they all have one thing in common. They are all leveraging relationships to reach at least 1 million followers. Now, as a roundup. Now, my challenge for all of us is this. Could we now take social networking out of the realm of serendipity, coincidences, luck, and chance? Is it possible for we social entrepreneurs to deploy social networking as a scientific networking process that is guaranteed to deliver to us whenever we want over 1 million followers for whatever cause or causes we choose to champion? This is the challenge. And this has been my own preoccupation leveraging social media. And I asked myself that I'm coming to this great program to speak. What else would I say? Now, social media, social networks, these things are timeless. They've always been with us. So what is that one strategy I want you to live here with? And you can deploy the 24-hour timeline. And you can begin to advance your own strategy of building your own city, your own country, of 1 million followers. You can do this online, you can do this offline. And what is this strategy? Is mobilize. You are thinking, is this young man telling me to mobilize 1 million people? No, that is not the challenge. The challenge is, would you please mobilize 10? Just 10 individuals. Abandon the non-believers and reach out to those people who are already converted to your cause, to your vision. Reach out for 10 true believers in your vision. You can do this online, you can do this offline. Now, what you do when you mobilize these 10 people, you synergize with them. You make them to take ownership of your vision. You make them to have deep resonance with your vision. And then you challenge them to go and raise 10 individuals. I guarantee you, if they will repeat this process 6 times, they are going to have 1 million people leveraging social networks, leveraging social media to build a global coalition of social entrepreneurs. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure if that was a virtual presentation or a real one, but it's such a treat to have someone so well structured on the content of an idea that he's able to deliver it in a very short elevator ride. They call that the elevator talk. And I think he's also elevated us in the process. A procedural note is that we'll have each of these wonderful presentations, after which then open the floor to discussion as well as to any tweets or other interventions we may have had through our own cyber connection with 10 or more people before the conference and during the session, even as we connect with the rest of the world through cyberspace today.